let me get this straight. You can pack 200 people into a Walmart during these lockdowns, but you're not allowed to gather 12 people in a church? You can buy weed because dispensaries are labeled essential businesses, but my sister's dance studio has been shut down for 2 months and counting? You let big box retailers stay open for business while 40% of small businesses across the country may shut down permanently because they can't keep their heads above water? You forbid children from going to school, even though kids have very low risk of COVID-19, but you force nursing homes to take COVID-19 patients even though the elderly infirm are at very high risk from the virus. You ban drive-in church services and give tickets to congregants who attend in their own cars, in the parking lot, with their windows rolled up and the sermon on the radio, but you encourage curbside pickup at restaurants so we don't blame the economic crash on you. You lock us inside our homes with our families, even though transmission of the virus happens most inside among family members, but you shut down beaches and parks, even though transmission of the virus via casual contact happens rarely. You lie to us about face masks and tell us they don't work, to manipulate our behavior to save the PPE for medical providers, and then, weeks later, you fine us $1,000 if we don't wear a mask. You say the economic devastation from the lockdowns is worth it if it saves even one life. But you ignore the lives that will be lost thanks to the lockdown, from suicide, drug overdose, and despair, abuse, starvation, economic devastation, or medical treatments delayed and surgeries canceled. Politicians said the government-mandated lockdowns are for our own good, but that's a lie. Politicians claim they're following the science, but that's a lie too. They told us social distancing for 15 days to prevent the hospitals from crashing, and that turned into 30 days to lower the reproduction rate of the virus, and that morphed into no new normal for maybe years until there's a vaccine. Enough. Science says most people don't die from COVID-19. The death rate for people between the ages of 18 and 45 in New York is 0.01%. That's 11 per 100,000. The death rate for kids in New York is 0%. Science says kids are not a vector for transmission of this virus. Science says the virus is transmitted among our families at home. Science says sunlight kills the virus, and transmission of the virus outdoors happens 18 times less than inside. Data shows people's activity slowed. The reproduction rate of the virus slowed in Europe before the lockdowns were imposed, thanks to individual social distancing, not government dictates. Data shows there's no correlation between the lockdowns and COVID-19 deaths in U.S. states that locked down early versus U.S. states that locked down late. Lockdowns were never supposed to defeat COVID-19, but indefinite lockdowns will destroy our economy and our country as we know it.